And we are live.
Hey everybody.
Hey, everybody.
Uh,
Rory snuck in at 2 seconds to 2 o'clock.
it actually reminds me of being in secondary school and watching Neighbours at lunchtime.
Mm-hmm.
And because we used to go home for lunch because we lived close enough to do that.
Mm.
And then like racing back into school, and the bell would have gone. And you're trying to sneak in whilst talking about what had happened in the current episode as well.
And then Plain Jane and Lou. I mean, I can't believe it.
Yeah.
It's just wildness.
So I don't know if this is
So
going to
what
work.
happened?
So had my lunch and I went, I'm going to bring over some garden waste, like leaves and stuff that I tidied up before. Bring them over to the recycling center and be back. Make a cup of tea.
Mm-hmm.
Plenty of time. On my way over, let's see if you can see this. I spotted
A
that
frog.
in my bag. Yeah, so we have a kind of like a resident frog in our garden. We have two actually.
Mm.
And yeah, I was just at the recycling center and spotted this. And so I was like, oh man, endangered species have to protect you. So I kind of scooted it out of the bag,
Mm-hmm.
but it was like completely lost in this, like on the pavement up against the wall of the recycling center, and wasn't very safe place for it.
Yeah.
So I went in to drop off the rest of the kind of recycling waste and had the kind of aha moment to keep some in the bag. So then
That
I
makes
went
sense.
back and then had to try and lure it back into the bag using like sticks because it was hiding behind a lamppost. I was just like, I'm trying to help you. And eventually coaxed it into the bag and got it home. And then it wouldn't leave the bag when I got here. Like, even when I was kind of like prodding it with the stick, it would like leave. But I think it went, no, I'm actually good here. I don't want to.
It's just like, I'm quite chill. Everything is
Yeah.
fine.
But I was just kind of laughing because walking over, I was thinking, 20 minutes, I bet you something's going to go wrong for me to be late.
You tempted your own fate, man. You brought it
I know.
upon yourself. I mean,
If you know anything about me, Michael, I'm all about squeezing things in to those little few minutes that you have
yeah,
free.
those golden stolen moments of frog rescuing.
Yeah.
Do you know I have never seen a frog in the world? I was going to say in real life, but I've seen some of them in zoos. But I've never seen one in the world.
Did you not have like frog spawn when you were a kid and like grow frogs?
No, no. I mean, we had, when I was living in London, I was living in London.
Yeah.
So, yeah, when I'd go over to Galway to stay with family, we have no ponds on our land. We got a river or two, but we have no ponds. So, yeah,
Yeah,
never seen one for real.
but given the land in Galway though, it's like it's not exactly the most
Excuse me.
well drained.
Are you saying our land is marshy? How rude.
Well, there is limestone.
I mean, yeah.
Everywhere.
But yeah. I've never seen one. I've never held a frog. Feel like I missed out on some sort of like epic childhood moments.
Wow. I have to give an incredible shout out. We've got old friend, special guest, Jason Hubbard.
J to the H.
So I know Jason from The Extraordinaires
Mm-hmm.
days and Roy Stray Cubes, and is an amazing teacher. He appears in our Play with Design docu video that we made a couple of years ago.
Cool. Chat is consternation. No frogs. No tadpoles for biology. No frogs in Australia. Yeah, never. Not a one.
What I learned as a kid, because we went and collected frog spawn, brought back, dug a hole, put in peat moss, like plastic bag, filled it with water, put the frog spawn in, covered it with netting, and I discovered that cats are willing to bite through netting to get at frogs. Because the tadpoles were growing away, and they'd gotten like they were just the kind of had grown like out all of their limbs, and they just started to disappear. and we noticed like more and more cuts, tears appearing in. It could have been foxes, but I think it was probably cats where we were.
Completely untrustworthy beasts.
Yeah.
That's what they do. So what else have you been up to aside from being the saviour of Belfast wildlife?
Is that not enough, Michael? Is that not enough?
I mean, for most people it would be enough, but the superhuman Rory O'Connor, patron of the nation.
No, see, I always look at other people and go, they're doing so much. I have finally, and I do this, like I start things to make myself do it. So if you notice, I posted on Instagram and Facebook last night that I've kind of set up to play Untold D&D, which is kind of
I know where you got the name from.
Yeah.
He's very proud of it. He thinks you're probably sick in the head for using the name, but we'll take it.
And so very quickly, been always interested in combining Untold with existing game like RPG systems because it gives you the framework. And I was catching up with John a week or two ago, co-designer on Prisma Arena and Untold, and the Extraordinaries. Actually, he did a lot of work championing that in the US. And he was so excited telling me about. He went, "I found it. I found my holy grail for like role play, like solo role playing." And I was trying to get him to explain the system, and he just kept telling me stories of what happened, which was great because it showed how much he was kind of, bought into it.
Yeah, it's just fully excited.
But the way John has this knack of just like developing these really slick systems, because the foundation of Untold is his, the foundation of Prisma Arena is his, and with Untold, he realized that a game of Untold, like the format, is the equivalent of an adventuring day in D&D. So literally, you can play a session and level up after playing it. And he kind of figured out where you'd fit in encounters and what you would do. So he played with 4 characters. He knows D&D inside out. I don't. It's so long since I've properly played it. So I basically said I'm going to play with 2 characters and wanted to make some tweaks. And we were chatting backwards and forwards last night, just kind of verifying some of the things because, when you say, yeah, I've got this, and then you sit down to play and you're like, what actually happens here?
And you don't got this, yeah.
Yeah. So I set it up last night, rolled the story cubes for the opening. I actually rolled the story cubes to create the setting. And even that was like, oh man, I forget how fun it is just creating like a setting. So this is set in the time of the Great Divide when kind of like the equivalent of a Knights Templar crusade against giants. So we're kind of in that land. And this all just came about by rolling story cubes. Like that was the opening, that the land is called Christel. And that there's the Death Watch, which I don't know what they are or what they do, but
they just they exist, and you will fill in the gaps later. Yeah.
And so I'm kind of going for like a Germanic, Slavic, kind of Scandinavian feel to it, quite gritty. Very kind of I guess Warhammer,
grim dark.
Yeah, but delightful as well.
Delightfully grimdark.
And my characters are a gnomish wizard who actually grew up in a human settlement. So I've actually also been using the ancestors and culture kind of modification for D&D.
This is the thing you were talking about on Wednesday on the hangout. So it's not just sort of like, hey, these are your racial skills or whatever. You can mix and match and mix it up.
I have a dragonborn barbarian who actually I just realized grew up in a gnomic society.
Oh,
as well. I've never played dragonborn before, and these all just came about by complete random. Like everything up until this point has been pretty much random rolls. And the opening is I think a giant, kind of near the castle. I'll have to give it a name, but a giant is pursuing someone or something.
Okay.
That's the opening, and we'll see where we go from there. So looking forward to digging into that.
That's very cool. That's pretty exciting.
Yes. And I know Family Gamers then want to get me on to have a chat, because I think there's a lot of people there who want to see how this works.
Mm-hmm. Are you going to do any live streams of it? I think you were mentioning you were kind of planning.
I kind of want to do it to kind of get the feel of it first, because there's going to be, Untold is really fast to play and fluid.
Yeah.
And there's very little downtime, whereas my worry is I'll be doing a lot of flicking through books to figure stuff out. And to what extent people will be happy with me figuring that stuff out. So I want to kind of play through at least one session myself, maybe two, and get a feel for the flow of it before I do a live stream.
Okay, that'd be cool. So there you go, folks. Keep an eye out. It will happen, and you will get your audience, which is what I was talking about last night. I was a guest on Amari Akil's fantastic stream. There was the coming together of the board game design streamers. So it was me, it was Amari, it was Bez, and Matt Dunstan. And it was lovely. We were talking about why we do it, like our different approaches. So Matt's kind of got a very almost like academic approach to how he does things. Meanwhile, I am the goofball in the corner who's sort of like shouting about having a world chat championship and all that good stuff. But we sort of like had some really nice discussions. There was a load of folks watching as well. I think we had like upwards of 40 folks watching at some point, which is fantastic. And it was just a very sort of useful discussion to have, to actually take a minute and sit back and think, why do I do this? And I don't know if we came to any completely full answers, but it was still like, that means we can, do it again sometime in the future, get together in a couple of months and cycle on somebody else's channel, that sort of thing. It was lovely.
I think like the last kind of year has really opened up the potential for game design and sharing it, kind of learning more about itch.io and the use of zines as well. So not necessarily going for full on publications, and also the use of like Patreon as well. I think there's lots of interesting ways to kind of experiment, which, as a game publisher, I suppose I'm generally thinking of, okay, if we're gonna invest this effort into something, we need to be able to kind of make a return on it. And I think there's also an opportunity for doing a little bit more of, we'll put this out in this channel as an experimental thing and see how it goes. And then if it works, we can pull it back into hub games as well.
Yeah, that's cool. What else did I get up to? I completely tore apart Steph's laptop yesterday as well.
In a good way?
Well, the sound doesn't work on it. And because I know absolutely nothing, but I'm happy to get up to my elbows in electronic guts. I just stripped the entire thing down, and it was like some sort of like grown-up Lego extravaganza. Have I fixed it? No. Have I potentially made things worse? Maybe. But
I had fun doing it.
I had fun doing it, and it was going to probably get trashed anyway. But it's just sort of testing to see if I can actually, revive it back. And I think I know what I need to do. And it's going to be fun. Also, I still need to take a look at your Joy-Cons whenever you remember that they exist.
Take time to look at them. Yes,
that will be a thing. Do you know what's actually wrong with them? Like,
yeah, it's actually been there since we were like going to conventions. It's the top buttons aren't working on some of them.
Okay, that's easy enough to fix. We just have to order up a couple of things which are dirt cheap, and you'll be all good. You don't have any like drift or anything on the sticks, or?
I'm not aware of that.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. I'd have to So let's fire up Mario Kart and see.
That'd be the easiest thing. Or just fling them over here and I can do some testing on them. That would be another thing to do.
Cool.
Yeah. Because, I feel technologically adept now, which is quite nice. New skills. I mean, I fixed my own ones, so hooray for me. All right, we're going to
emerge as this tech supervillain.
Jesus, no. I've already got the bald head of Lex Luthor, so, that'll... I'm halfway there. Everything's fine.
If you're not careful, I'll come around and wreck your Joy-Cons.
No! I know what I'm doing. I can push the things in far too far and they'll break.
Yeah.
All right, let's this freaking thing happen. It is, once again, my friends, time for some fine and fabulous Prisma Arena.
I'm trying to mute my thing so I can cough, and it doesn't want to do it. Hang on.
Cough away, it's fine. There you go. Hi to everybody who's jumping in, by the way. Mike, hope you're doing okay. Nicholas, of course, thinking about frog spawn as boba for cats, but, savoury and disgusting. Ken is here, but in meetings. Sate's in the house as well. Yoda's around. So, yeah, thank you very much all for joining us. We appreciate it. What's the plan, yeah?
So not much has changed, really. We were just kind of combining the different Mocon, new and old, together. I did tweak I removed the combo card that allows you to duplicate a Mocon's ability. I kind of went, it's probably better as a power than a combo card. I adjusted what was strafe. I've called it rush. And it's essentially the same effect. Move 2 to 3. You can perform a blast of force 1. And then I've introduced charge, which is you can move 2 to 3 and perform a strike of force 1. And then we have the teamwork one as well, which is where you can kind of 1-2 with each other to get off that blast or strike. So I've put a random one into both of our decks, and they could even be the same one because of the way I've set it up. So that's in there as a surprise. And then if we just play with the Mocon and see how they go.
Okay. So do you want to allocate some out and we'll...
Well, I'm curious if... because I've played with Tishnok a few times. So I'm wondering if you might want to do it. That's the caring, the compassionate one.
Yeah, sure. Let me grab it. There we go.
Which one is this? Mini.
I think it's that one. Yeah.
So I will take Mini. And I kind of feel like it should almost go with what's his name? I've forgotten his name. Newhawk. Yeah, let's try them. Oh no, actually, is it? No, I know which one. Sorry. I'm gonna put it with Minin.
You have Minin.
Sorry, not Minin. Enoch.
Okay.
He knew.
Oh, which one will I go for then? Then we choose to do so. Force -1. Okay, so that's the healing one.
I mean, Sonnet would be a great one.
Let's have a quick look. So, yeah, I mean, these are both going to be sort of... It's health and healing, isn't it? So
yeah, it can make you harder to take out.
Yeah. And they'll both be yellowish.
Yeah, so for those who are kind of joining in, we're testing new Mocon concept. So we're using kind of similar art. We're just changing the colors to make them easier to identify.
Yes.
And I think we're kind of happy with how they work.
I think they're really good. Yeah. It's nice sort of like messing around with some new concepts because we did spend a lot of time testing like the original 8, and that was, it's nice sort of like exploring around.
I was thinking about that, going like how many games we've actually played, but then I'm still itching to do all this with powers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just tidying some of this stuff up.
That's all right. Also, hello to Erin. Welcome. Hope you are doing okay.
Hey, Erin. Okay. Oh yeah, the other thing I did this week was I 3D printed some water buffalo for Test of Honor.
You got it up and running? It's working? It's
mostly. I'm trying to print a Buddha statue, and it's keeps peeling away from the bottom layer. So I haven't quite figured that out yet.
Oh,
this is great.
There were some people who would be able to help you who were in chat.
I was laughing how I come here to like test stuff, and then I get my tech support while I'm here at the same time.
So what happened last week? You won last week, I believe.
Yes, I did. Yes, because that amazing end game. Oh man, that was so good last week. Just that it was for anyone who missed it. There was Michael was going to win, but there was one square that I could move into that would stop him from doing it. If he had the thing that would help him win, and I managed to stop him from winning the game.
Chose it perfectly. Congratulations. Yeah. Don't rub my nose in it.
No, but I'm just so proud. I'm just so proud that I actually figured it out.
Yeah, no, it's really good. Jason asked, "What's 3D printer are you using, Rory?" It's what, a Prusa thing?
Prusa 3, Mark 3 i3S Plus. So it's the very latest version. It is quite nice to work with.
Cool. Throw some obstacles down, my friend.
I will. I was really tempted to add in obstacles, new ones, but I went, we probably just need to play a bit more with what's there. But I will.
Yeah, I want like a 3 long straight. I want some Tetris shapes, Marie.
So there used to be 3 long shapes. That was like that was one of those weird design accidents that made the game much better. So the straights used to be 3, and for some reason, at some point in the design process, and I still can't quite pinpoint where, when we were doing the final artwork for them, they became 2, and it was a mad panic when I realized, oh my god, they were meant to be 3. But then it actually creates a better play space.
I mean, I just want to see some sort of weirder shapes as well. Like I would love to see a sort of like a Tetris.
Well,
sort of
what I want to design is something that really makes use of leap, because at the moment, technically with leap you can kind of move around. Hang on, it's not coming in. That really does not want to go. With leap, you can you could have moved around most of the pieces anyway to the space you wanted to get to. So I kind of want to create some pieces where it's like, no, the only way you could get across this is by leaping. Okay, so I'll dump these off as well.
I'm just trying to think of things.
So I think when you're playing Michael, the goal is to kind of just stay alive as long as possible, I guess. And it's no, but I'm trying to think aloud. Like if we're playing with them, you're going to be biding your time to play the longer game, because you should be stopping me from earning points. Or slowing down my ability to gain them. Whereas what I should be doing is messing with your hand. If I can pull it off.
All right, good to go there.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Let's do this.
All right, let the merry hell commence. Rory, if you would like to go first, fire it up.
Mm-hmm. I'd like to activate my hero and strategize.
Oh yeah, I could probably draw some cards. That might be a good call, isn't it? They're useful in this game.
3, 4, yeah.
Okay. All right. No comboing?
To do what? No.
Oh, well, you strategize as well anyway, so yeah. Okay. I will kick off by bringing Sunna up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back over to you.
I will activate mini. To there.
Okay.
I'm like the anti-Sunna.
Let's go Tishna. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up the left channel.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's me.
Okay. Okay, the overhead board state. Okay. Surprising nobody, I will activate my hero. I'm going to strategize as well. So I draw 1 combo card. And I put something on top or on the bottom of my deck. That one, I think. And I'm going to put it at the bottom of my deck. Like so. And then I shall move. And where will I move to? 1, 2, 3, 4. Right there. Okay, end of the first round.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do a little bit of tidying up. Draw some more cards.
So, draw 2.
We've got to get rid of 1. Rory, this is for you.
Thank you kindly.
You're welcome. All right, let's think about this. Do I want to go first or second?
So while you're doing that, I'm going to answer Jason's question. Sorry, I've lost my screen. So, sorry, Jason, we're playing on Tabletopia. It's where we kind of regularly meet and do our play testing. We actually have most of our games up there to play as well. So you can play Adventure Mart, Combo Clash, Flip Over Frog. I think we have Holding On. We have Untold. And it's it's kind of free. So it's I think it's free for you to have like 1 session. So 1 game active. If you,
2 games active. 2 games active at any time.
If you want to have more, then you want to kind of sign up and you pay a small fee. And then if you pay a designer fee, you can actually upload and create games on the platform as well. So yeah, it's great for testing, kind of remotely with people as well. Though I think most people would tend to use Tabletop Simulator for play testing, whereas I tend towards Tabletopia if I want to play with other people, because it's browser based and doesn't require any like Steam or extra installs to be able to use it. So from a usability perspective, I think this is better for a wider audience.
I agree.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to go first, which is a rare change for me. Just going to do a straight move. 1, 2, 3, 4. Combo that into a forceful strike, hitting you for 3. And with the forceful strike, that allows me to move you 1 space. So I'm going to knock you 1 back that away. I am then going to combo that into a rush. So move 2 to 3, ignoring grappling. You may blast with force 1 during the move. So I'm going to smack Menine for 1 before I run away. Take a step back and hit you with the dazzling blast, which will be enough to take you out. And gives me my first points on the board for 6. And just to cover my butt, I'm going to throw out charge as well. Move 2 to 3, ignoring grappling. 1, 2, 3. Is that the best place for me? Probably not. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to go there. So I used all of my cards.
Wow.
But I think that was worth it.
Wow. Considering, I don't know why you had both charge and rush. You're only meant to have one of those combo cards in there. Something funny going on.
Oh, well, it's a glorious revenge for last week when I didn't have any of them in my deck, Rory.
That is true. So it's funny because you've kind of undermined all of my heroes because Menine, there's no point in me, or Inu, there's no point in me distracting you. And for Menine, there's no trust because if I show you the cards, you don't have any to reveal either.
I wasn't thinking about that. I just thought about pulling off a cool ass move, which I am also very happy about. So that's all cool.
Okay.
Feels good, man. But I mean, you get to draw a card when you come back in with your hero, though, because
a
small positive.
I will activate Inu.
That just goes completely against my normal style of play, because normally I'll try and hold on to the initiative for as long as possible and react to what you do. It's like, nah, screw it. Throw it all at the wall. Make it happen.
And I will 1, 2, 3, 4. Throwing strike. So do 1 hit, and I get to move you 1 to 2 spaces.
Okay. So token lands on Sunna.
And move you away from there. 1, 2. You're still within 4 there, aren't you? No, you're still going to be.
Yeah. Sunna's sticking close. Give me the extra +1, yeah?
Okay, so you're there. Yeah, I'll put you there.
All right, so just to see, throwing strike, it allows you to throw the opposing character through obstacles. So normally Rory wouldn't be allowed to just hurl me through that, but yeah. With the throwing strike, you can.
That's me done.
All right. Well, let's bring up Tishnok. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's coming for you.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you did that first. So I'm going to draw my extra combo card because I'm behind and my hero's going to come back in. And I'll go here.
Okay.
And do I want to do that? Oh, yeah, I've done it. Okay. So I'm going to activate my hero. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I will let me see where I want to put you. I will Dazzling Blast.
How and who?
Yeah.
You're going to blast my hero, yeah?
Yeah, but I'm trying to figure out. I think I've got my positioning a bit wrong to pull off what I wanted. So that's 3 on your hero. So Dazzling Blast, and I'm going to move them that way. Yeah. It's going to move them forward 1. I think it allows me to do what I wanted to do. Then I will rush.
Okay. So move 2 to 3, ignoring grappling. You can blast with force 1 while you move.
So I'll do that. I'll hit. Oh no, I actually need to hit you, don't I? Because you're not going to be off the. Yeah, actually, I'm going to blast your hero.
Yeah, because... blast me before you do the move. Yeah.
Yeah, because you're not going to be off the board. So I will go there, I guess. And then I will do a focus blast through Sunat to hit your hero for 3.
So that takes me off the board and gives you 7 points.
And then, do I want to do this? I'm
going to assume it's a move so you can run away.
Yeah. I'll move. So you're off the board. I'll just go 1, 2. Yeah, I'll get to there.
Okay. Looks good. All right. So then I have my final hero. So Sana is going to activate. And to be honest, I think I'd be foolish if I didn't just go for the hit. So I shall attack with a blast, hitting your hero for 2. Like so.
Cool. He that was the decoy, so that
I know. Oh yeah, I knew I was going to get the crap smacked out of me, so I just figured make it happen.
Still not quite enough to take you out.
Not enough, but it's fine. This one's a slobber knocker. People just sort of hitting each other, just running in the middle and just smacking each other.
So I think that's us done.
It is. So yeah, end of the round. We'll reset once more. Draw a couple more cards. Okay. Okay, cool. And that goes over to you, Rory.
Mm-hmm.
So you will get the decision on whether you want to go first or second.
I will let you go first.
So kind. So let's think about this. I feel if I don't use Sana, that's going to be pretty foolish. So
They could just run away.
Just run away.
If you're playing defensive.
Or I could do 2 hits on you.
Yeah, and then run away.
And then run away. So that's 2 hits. We'll combo that into a leap.
Mm-hmm.
So that's move 2 to 3, ignoring characters, grappling, and obstacles. So I can sort of phase through here. 1, 2, 3. And then let's mess you up with the grappled blast. I know it's only 1 damage, but it's 1 damage. So just spreading the love between you and your characters, Rory. Just spreading the love there.
It's fine.
Then I get to move 1, ignoring grappling, so that will mean that you'll have to use a move to come for me. The sacrificial Sunner.
Yeah.
All right. So here's the view from Rory's side. And the above view. And the artistic side view. What's going to be?
It's like you're not leaving me any options to use my character's abilities.
Good. There is no point in me holding on the cards.
No.
I've got to get rid of them, or else you can get minor advantage.
4, and then a diving blast as they skid across.
Cool. So diving blast will end your extravaganza as well. And then Tishnok will activate with a blast, hitting Inu for a couple. Like so. That's it.
Okay, I'll activate Minine. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes, you. I'm going to bring my hero back in. We get to draw a card.
Yeah.
Okay. Where will I go? I'm going to spawn here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Done. So last one for you. It's your hero.
I'll activate. There's not really any point in me strategizing. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3.
Oh, I wonder what kind of card Rory has.
And I'm going to stop there.
Interesting. So that means you don't have blast, and you're looking to draw one. All right, let's reset.
Okay. Well, I've I've got a back-to-back activation now because
you do.
I can go first.
So I will draw this into my hand. I'm gonna shuffle these. And draw one more. Okay.
I wish Tabletopia had a like group or gather feature.
Oh, just like a drag around and hit the G key and they'll just go together. Yeah. Looking for that sort of little orange glow underneath can often be a little bit tricky. All right. Do you wish to go first, Rory?
I think I will.
Okay.
What'll I do though?
I'm assuming hit me.
I think I have to do that one. In fairness, because if I don't, you're going to do it to me. So hit for 3.
Mm-hmm.
And then leap.
All right. So that's the 2 to 3, ignoring. And I'm going to assume another attack is.
Yeah, but I just realized I had forgotten about Sana.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
So
Sana may be beaten and bruised, but Sana is still standing. Still giving me that +1 health.
Yeah, it wasn't so smart. I'm trying to figure out which one I want to use on you now. I think I will use a throwing strike. So I'll hit you for 1.
Mm-hmm.
Because no point in me putting the 2 on you, I don't think. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. And then I get to throw you 1. 2 is probably the most annoying. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, Sana can still take me out. Yeah, okay. I will stop there. And my turn.
I think you've made a mistake. So I'm going to activate Tishnok over here with a blast with a force -1. So that'll be enough to take Inu off the board.
Yeah.
And because I'm doing it with a force -1, I get to remove.
No. If the character isn't bounced.
Oh, if the character isn't bounced. I see. So if I
showing compassion.
I see. So if I'd hit Menine instead, that would take the damage off. I'm still all right taking you off. It's fine. Because I'm okay with that. And I'm going to stop there.
Okay. Well, then. I don't think Menine's within range. Nope. Okay. Menine's just going to take out. You can take your compassion. Oh no, that's not enough.
It's not enough. No. They'll do 2 hits, but not any more than that. Unless you can combo into something.
Yeah, no. For some reason, I thought you had 2 on you. Okay.
No. Okay.
Yeah, I probably should have done that then.
Do you want to rewind?
No, it's my mistake. What I should have done is that wouldn't have worked actually. No, doesn't matter. I would have. Oh well.
Oh, well. Okay, so I shall activate my hero. I am going to move them. I'm also going to strategize. I'm going to put that at the bottom of my deck, like so. And then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And that'll be it.
Let me see. I am trying to figure out 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm not going to distract my hero.
Okay.
Very tempted to, but I won't.
Okay. Right, last activation of the round then. I will activate Sunna, who just does a blast from distance and hits your hero for another 2. So that takes them off the board, gets me up to 16.
Wow. I'm really messing up today. Sorry, you're playing well.
Every single time. This is the Irishness coming out, man, for both of us. It's just like, I'm playing really badly. Like, we would never congratulate each other.
You're playing really well, Michael. I think it's more. Yeah, I'm going. I should be closer to you in scores. That's what I'm kind of looking at.
Yeah, I think so.
You're playing well. Sorry, you are right.
I am living on the edge though. Like, I've got 3 hits on both my Mocon. Like, everybody is basically one more hit and they're going to fall over. So that's going to be fun. And it's reset time. Okay. So draw a couple of cards. Grab that. And what am I going to get rid of?
Oh, so much like square counting. If I go here, do this.
I'm going to get rid of that one. And Rory, I'll give you the first go.
Infuriating.
I've heard this a lot over the last 3 weeks, I'm
trying to be efficient. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I'm just going to have blast for 2. I was trying to be super efficient, but
no, you can't have the whole card. That's
it wasn't ever going to get me anywhere that would be useful.
So Tishnok is off the board, gets you another 4 points, so you're up on 11.
Yeah. I'm going to stay there.
Okay.
So it's go sit down. Oh no, you're letting me go first. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There's silence on the chat.
Okay. I am going to activate my hero for a move. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pulling back an extra space. I'm going to strategize. And I'm going to give you that. Oh no, I get to keep that, don't I? It's only at the end of the round. You have to get down to 4 cards, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, I have to put one away if I'm strategizing. Yeah, I'm going to strategize with that one. Going back to the stack. And back over to you.
Okay. Activate my hero.
Mm-hmm.
I get to draw a card. Because I am behind.
Mm-hmm.
And 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, done.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm going to activate Sana to do a move. 1, 2, 3. Going to hit a focus blast on Inu for 2.
Mm-hmm.
Like so. Going to combo that into a rush. 1, 2. I'm going to smack you with the evasive strike, taking Inu off the board.
Is there a rush? You get to blast me.
Yeah, you may. Yeah. I mean, I can hit you again if you want. I don't mind.
Okay.
I'll hit you for 3. There you go. Then I'm going to go in the evasive strike, taking Inu off the board. And then I move 1, and that gets me to 20 points.
Yeah.
Get out of here. Like Yoss is like, don't screw this up, Michael. And Ken's like, screw it up, Michael. So Ken is on one shoulder and Yoss is on the other.
I don't think I can get you.
I am inclined to agree.
Because there's no sprints. That's the only way I could do it.
Mm-hmm. Like if you spawned Inu in here and you had a blast, but yeah, even then I'd only have the only other character I've got is back here, my hero.
And it's your positioning that makes it quite difficult.
The Devil, according to Chris Leader, sounds like it should be a book.
Okay, I'm gonna try. I don't know if it will help me.
Give it a shot.
I'm trying to figure out if I go 1, 2, 3, 4 to there, and then I'd go 1, 2, 3, 4. I'd need like a diving blast, but that's still not enough.
I mean, there's a diving blast here, Rory, but you don't have any like powers that let you fish into the discard pile, is there?
New Hook, which is the one I was talking about bringing, which will allow me to copy something. Okay, I'm going to try this. I am going to use Enu's ability.
Okay, so Enu's ability being during a move action, Enu performs. They can also target a friendly or rival hero within range. Hero's player must shuffle their a hand of combo cards back in the deck to redraw that many. So you're throwing back how many?
4.
Okay, so pulling 4 out.
Mm-hmm.
Now we wait for the oh from Rory's side as he realizes that he can bag 10 points in one go.
I'm even worse off. Oh, I can't do it.
Oh, dude.
I can't believe it. That was worse. Well, I could have at least taken out Sona, and now I can't even take out Sona. 1, 2.
What do you draw? Just like a load of move cards, or
A grapple blast. So
okay.
I can't get close enough for that. A charge.
Okay.
Which is, again, I'd have to be in contact with you, and it's only a move 3. A leap. I needed a weave and a forceful strike. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then wah, wah, wah. Well played, Michael. Well played.
Hey, this game ain't over yet. Nice. Oh, so I've got Tishdog, but well, what could let's spawn them there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and throw a leaping strike and hit you for 1, just for the ultimate indignity of.
No, that's your own hero. Your own character.
I'll hit. No, okay, I'm not going to hit Sana. That'd be stupid.
You go ahead and hit Sana.
Then I'll just do a move up there. There you go. Done. Game is over.
Ah, curses.
A rare Michael victory. Good Michael victory.
That was a fast game.
That was a fast game. Jos, thank you for your kind words. I appreciate it greatly. So let's break it down.
Yes. So how you didn't really use your Mokon ability during that game? Well, sorry, you did actually. Sana's.
Sana was pretty much on my hero's tail for the
whole game.
Because having that extra hit allowance is incredibly powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'll take the congrats, Michael, off. Don't want to show off too much. Yeah, having the extra 1 hit is incredibly powerful. And honestly, I kind of wanted to give you that first blood kind of thing with my hero. So then no matter what I did, no matter who I managed to knock out of your side first, I'd still have an advantage if my hero comes out so I can get the other card. And yeah, I know it feels really good when you're like, hey, I've done 7 points of hits instead of 6 points of hits because I've been there, I've done it myself. But it can also lure you into a sort of false sense a little bit. Tishnok, yeah, I completely, well, I didn't completely misread. I just misread the word not rather. But if I had, so at that point, I was up here and Inu was here. Basically, I could choose who I wanted to go for, and I could have hit Minine if I wanted to, which would have taken a hit off of my hero. But honestly, I think just going for the bounce, just trying to knock you out, I think was a better call. I do really like the Tishnok ability, though. You know, hitting a little softer to heal yourself, I think is it's a really interesting decision to make. And just because I didn't use it this round, that's it. You know, it's no sort of like bad sign on it. It's interesting at the very beginning, we were sort of like, oh, yeah, so Michael, for this, you should really play pretty defensively. You know, you should turtle up and you should. And I was just sort of like, no way, baby. Let's just go straight up and just punch everything.
So that's where I did make a misplay here because I was thinking you had 2 hits on.
Agreed.
So my thinking was no matter who you took out, I would take out Tishnok. And that's what I was kind of doing, going, someone was going to take out Tishnok. So the fact that you were still there at the end of that round really didn't help because I would have hit you and then kind of moved somewhere else. And I had to kind of hang around to finish them off. Inu, there was a point where Inu was like here, and I was like, I could get both your Suna and your hero. And it was just because I had the grapple blast and not a regular one. I couldn't do it because I could have taken out Suna, which would have dropped your hit level back to 6. And I had a charge, so I just had to run past Suna to take them out and get into position. But it was just when you moved your hero, the angles were really hard for where I was standing at the time.
I mean, I think I'm getting better at the angle placements. Yeah. I'm finally learning.
No, I actually, it was that thing you took out Inu when they were here. I think when they were still here, they could have got to both your hero, Suna and your, because you took them out and they had to come all the way back. And Minine wasn't going to be able to get back in. So I was really relying on their distract ability to get me, like, I got the weave. No, I didn't. See, I needed a weave or something like that. I don't think there's even one in the deck. Nope. So there's no way it was going to happen, actually. I just didn't have the movement.
And of course, with Minine, then, like, doing the whole, hey, if you reveal your cards, you know.
You kept spending yours.
Yeah, I know. I still like that as an ability, though. I still think it's very, very good.
It just, so my plan going in was have Minine go in, reveal the cards, have you reveal your cards, get the extra card, and then have Inu shuffle them back into your deck. That, you know, but the reality of getting them into position to do that just wasn't working out. But at least, so I probably would have used Minine's ability to get the extra card and trying to time it, but there was never an opportunity where they were either in the right location for it or you had cards in your hand to do it.
Oh, that's cool.
But yes, so I mean, I don't think there's. I think the little snipes definitely they're speeding the game up, the charge and rush, because it's just like getting in that one extra hit. It means you can now take something out with 2 combo cards
Yeah.
rather than 3.
Getting that extra little dig here in, here and there is, I really like it. I think it might, like, if you weren't used to playing, I think a lot of people might get very overexcited about, I'm going to go up and do a little bit of extra damage. But sometimes that little bit of extra damage can leave your characters in, a lot easier position to get knocked out themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very much a matter of deciding when's the best time to do it. And it's like the gambler: know when to hold them, know when to fold them. But I'm really liking this new set of Mocon. I think they're really interesting, and they're a lot of fun to play with. And it'll be interesting to sort of like have other folks try them out as well, see what they think about.
Yeah.
Nudge, nudge, chat. Hi.
Well, I'm actually thinking it would be kind of fun to do like a 4-player with the Mocon. Because seeing how some of them work, like I really want to see Minine work in a 4-player game. Because if Minine's hero reveals their combo cards, any other player who reveals them gets the bonus. So you're kind of looking at each other, kind of going, do I want to do that? Or does someone else want to do that? Or if someone doesn't have any combo cards, they can't reveal it.
It'll be interesting if you're doing like a 2-on-2 game as well, because it's very specifically rival heroes. Like that's, if you choose to do it, it's going to give the other team, I'd say, a pretty chunky advantage. Like, it's a big decision to make. Like, yeah, we'll definitely show you our cards. Oh, we're going to draw 2 extra ones as well, by the way.
Oh, yeah, actually. See, that's part of the testing.
Yeah, but no, I still think it'd be funny. Like, screw it. Like, in those desperate measures where it's like, I just need another card. I just got to do it. Yeah, why wouldn't the opposing team just completely go for it?
But it does say all players. So even if it is a friendly player in your team that does it, they'll get the combo card. So then
so if at least one other rival hero. Hang on, let's go through the reading.
No, you're right.
When Minine activates within range of the hero, you may reveal your combo cards. If at least one other rival hero also reveals their combo cards, then all players who reveal their cards may each draw. Okay, so yeah, there's nothing that says the partner in your team has the ability to draw to show their cards.
Well, it probably could be clarified, but it can actually work because if at least one other rival hero reveals them, all players. So it doesn't say all rival players who reveal their cards may each draw a combo card. It just says all players. So technically,
it says all players who revealed their cards, Rory.
Yes, but the condition for triggering it is at least if at least one of them is a rival hero. So theoretically, if I was on a team with someone and we both revealed our combo cards, and then the rival side said no, then nothing happens because no rival hero drew it. But if the rival side said, okay, yeah, we're going to a rival hero is going to reveal their combo cards, the rival hero all players who reveal their cards get one. So that would be that rival hero and then the 2 players on your team who reveal their cards. Because it doesn't say, because it says all players who reveal their cards.
It says all players who reveal. I don't know. Yeah. I get what you're saying, but I don't think that there is a condition in that sentence that allows your partner to reveal their cards, because it says very specifically you may reveal your combo cards.
Yeah.
And then it only conditionally says about the rival hero. I mean, it's just going to take the removal of a couple of words, but I think that would be entirely fine. We got a big question in the chat as well from Nicholas. If I have a look at that in a moment. But yeah, what do you think? It's not going to take much to fix it, I think. So that would be
so do you want to bring that up from Nicholas?
Yeah, it's an essay, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Maybe design question. Just listening to both reported misplays, being new experienced players, both seem to be based on not noticing something and not in the text and the amount of hits on the other player. Do you see that as a cue to revisit that, like highlighting not in some way, or making it easier to notice just how many hits the other player has? Or is it something that players are otherwise meant to just notice? Or does this risk getting into a runaway tweak extravaganza?
Mm-hmm. My answer to that would be we're playing on Tabletopia.
Yeah, I agree.
So you would essentially, it's even though it's meant to be a three-dimensional space, it's kind of a two-dimensional one. You would notice the hits on the rival. It's easier to see in a face-to-face game, and likewise with the card, they're easier to read and scan in physical space. I would agree, though. Probably out of those two things, the one I'd possibly emphasize would be the not.
I agree. I think that's a good call.
Yeah,
yeah, for sure. And all it would take would be like a highlighting, bolding of the not. I think would be.
Yeah, I mean, I always try to write things in the positive, because I always try to say this. I think Ken would. Sorry, not Ken. Jason would know this as a teacher as well. And you, Michael, you want to say the thing that you want to have happen in it. So ideally, it should be if the target character is still in the arena. But it just doesn't make as much. It's saying not bounced is, I think, a bit more in tune with the tone of the effect.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, and I think even though it's got the negative word in there, the not, I think because it is an overall positive. They are not bounced. Because being bounced out is a bad result for the player. I think it's entirely fine. And also, we're working with space constraints as well, that sort of stuff.
Yeah. So the biggest thing with the wording is, and this is interesting in terms of design. So this effect has 4 sentences, like 4 lines, 5 actually. Technically, we shouldn't be going above 3, and that, or 4, because that's to allow for localization.
Yeah.
Because this is going to be quite long when it gets translated to the likes of German or Polish. So I'm very mindful of that when I'm writing out the rules. When I look at this, I'm like, it's kind of long. And it might it'll be longer in other languages. So it's trying to figure out how to keep it as tight as possible. Because we tend to use a slightly larger type size than most games for accessibility. And load like play.
Yes.
But I will update it.
Yeah. So Nicholas says, perfect. I failed to consider the obvious. But yeah, it's a thing to consider. We are in a situation and an environment where we have to play test on Tabletopia or Tabletop Simulator. So it is going to be different. A lot of the time when I'm playing a game for real, you can just flick your eyes down and have a quick glance at the card. You can't really take that micro look at a card in Tabletop Simulator or Tabletopia because you have to physically move in the space, go and look at it, maybe hit the space button to bring it up. There's it's a thing.
But I'm kind of really glad you asked the question, Nicholas, because it does highlight, I suppose, a lot of what's going to be happening with playtesting at the moment is people possibly making changes to a game that aren't really warranted because of the space that we're playing in. And I think we've racked up enough experience with Prisma Arena in real life to kind of get how certain things work and how we're able to kind of play it fluidly in Tabletopia as well. Because there's probably stuff we're taking in that we're almost like mapping to the real world game and then translating it back into this space so that we don't really have to think about it. But it could risk, people pushing for kind of over clarifying things, or I think probably one of the big things potentially is actually going for like too much information on cards because we're able to kind of zoom up a card. In this space, I'm just looking at one of them on screen. You could fall into a trap of putting too much information on a card that when you print it out, then it just is too small to read. So
I agree. I think we have to do the whole have faith, know yourself, and have that belief in your ability to design stuff, I guess.
See, I would say
we both struggle with.
Yeah, no, I would say you just have to like print it out and see it in the real world, if that's where it's destined to be.
That also happens to be a thing. That's cool. So, what's your plans for the weekend? What are you doing aside from dropping your Joy-Cons over to this house at some point?
Yes. What am I doing? I don't think I have many plans. I was going to be doing some. What was I going to be doing? I was meant to be actually playing Prisma Arena with someone last night. Someone on Twitter reached out, was lamenting that they had nobody to play with, so I was going to play with them, and that's been postponed to Monday night.
Okay.
So yeah, I might actually see if they'd be okay with me streaming it.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
They're like, I didn't sign up for this.
Just do it secretly. Shh, nobody will notice.
And I think it's just trying to make some progress with the Untold D&D, Ken.
It's so unsayable.
Yeah.
Like, it looks great when it's written down, but when you try to pronounce it, it's just an absolute
I think it should
show.
be just called like Untold-y.
Untold-y. It's all good. Quick question from Jos. Rory, what's the plan for the solo rules? How's that going?
I mean, they're pretty much done. It's my fault. We have the draft of them all laid out. And I just need to do a check on them, I think, and put them out. If you would be interested in seeing them in a pre-release stage, I am happy to share them with people and get feedback on it. And yeah, I'll be kind of keen to pull in some of these new Mocon as well and see how they help. Like, charges and rush is actually going to be really helpful against the drones. But yeah, yes, I'll share the document with you so you can take a look and give it a play.
Cool. All right. Well, tonight over on my channel, over on the Idle Michael channel, we're going to be playing Yard Builder, which is designed by one of our lovely viewers, Mike. Playing the extreme version, so you have more space to build your yard, and it's going to be cool. We'll kick off that around 7:30 this evening UK time, which will be good stuff. And yeah, we'll also have the return of the glorious World Chat Championship Chattel Royal, because it's like a battle royal, but it's in chat. See, it's not just Ken who can do the Chattel Royal.
But But Chattel has a different meaning, doesn't it?
Yeah, I know. It's chat-tle royal. It's like battle royal, but with it's not only Ken who could do the awful pun.
I see what you're doing there, Michael.
Yeah, see, I'm a very clever individual. I wish.
Yes, you are, Michael.
Thanks, Rory. Thanks for the. I appreciate it.
I was telling my family how you're constantly joking about how everything I say sounds sarcastic, and they all just nodded in agreement. So we know even when you're so sincere, you sound sarcastic.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
Yeah,
I'm down with that.
I'll work on it.
No, you won't. It's going to be with you until your dying days, sir. And that's entirely okay because it's who you are. All right, cool. We are going to be out of here then. Thank you very much to people who joined us live. We truly appreciate it. Thanks to folks who are watching on catch up as well, seeing our good stuff. And yeah, we will see you next Wednesday here on the channel. It's going to be good. You're going to see the destruction of a man. Like Henri, the designer of the wonderful blank, is just going to be, I think, broken down into a pile of tears by seeing what Rob's done to his game.
Yeah. So just to explain it, we're going to be joined by Rob Barrett, a local kind of gaming friend who has had blank like right from when it first came out. He even play tested when we were developing it. He and his partner have created like a beast of a game using blank, where they've pulled in like elements from Monopoly, from Magic the Gathering. They've even got like a contract as part of the game as well.
There is an actual cult in the game. Rob has now started. Yoss says, do I need to make a copy of Rob game? You don't really make a copy of Rob's version of the game, Yoss. You more sort of like summon it from the pits of hell.
It's like that thing where you are summoning a simple game and somehow you screwed up the incantation, and this like hybrid beast it comes out.
So, Rory, have you watched Gravity Falls?
I have not actually.
Okay. Please watch Gravity Falls. You and I know the kids will absolutely enjoy it. But there's one bit where one of the characters, Dipper, finds a magical photocopier that can photocopy him. And there's one that's like an absolutely just wrecked version of him, and it's like like can't communicate apart from screaming at people. So it's like I see that as Rob's version of the game.
Yeah.
Paper Jam Dipper. It's going to be good. It's going to be good times. All right, we are out of here. I'm going to have some decidedly late lunch and do some more video editing, and it'll be thrilling and exciting.
Cool.
Catch up with you soon. See y'all later.
Have a great weekend, everyone.
Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.